What would you say to somebody who's coming across your work for the first time?
Mouth breathing is a disaster for your health. 11 years ago, when all of my respiratory problems that I had quite a few, suddenly went away once I learned how to breathe properly.
How much truth actually is there in mewing, and is it just something that silly, insecure teenagers do?
It is not important for young kids to mew. It's important for young kids to have proper oral posture. These are two completely different things. You will never resolve anxiety unless you get control of your breathing. When you're constantly over-breathing, you're sending your brain signals that you are stressed out, and then your brain reacts by having you breathe too much. Learning how to breathe deep and slowly through your nose can really transform your health.
Yeah, I mean, we recently had Elliot Kipchoge on our
You
podcast,
did?
and he's
Okay.
just
Amazing.
Yeah, it went really well. And he's just such an amazing, humble guy. But just to touch on what you said about breathing slowly, now I understand what you mean, but this is something which people online find often conflicting advice, right? They might see something of Wim Hof where that specific time breathing technique is recommending fast breathing for a certain amount of short time, but then at the same time, anxiety, breathing quickly and over breathing with anxiety, that's a negative thing. So they're two very different things in different contexts. But how do you kind of parse them out? And for a listener who's maybe not that interested or not that knowledgeable in the specific scientific details, what's kind of the main message to keep it simple?
Yeah, isn't it confusing? So it was
Yeah,
extremely
it can
confusing to me. As I was researching this, I was like, what the hell is going on? So this overbreathing Wim Hof method works really well for anxiety and depression, but this underbreathing works really well for anxiety. So what's happening? So these are two different sides of the same coin. What Wim Hof method and these vigorous pranayamas or Kundalini practices are doing is they are purposely stressing you out. Okay? They're taking a very controlled amount of time and teaching you how to max out your nervous system. This is called hormesis. This is beneficial stress. And by doing that, they're getting out all of that tension in this very small contained space so that when you leave this practice, you are calm. Right? All of that tension is gone and you are relaxed and you can go on with your day. Some people who prefer these slower breathing methods say we can still get you to that same state, but it can take a bit longer because you are trying not to blow out, right? You are trying not to have those points in which your nervous system is maxing out. Two different philosophies, but they're going to the same destination. Personally, in the modern world, especially for younger people who are so stressed out, who have so much anxiety, who need to see very quick results, otherwise they just shift gears and start to do something else, I think these vigorous breathing techniques are more effective. For older people who have more patience, who don't want to feel stressed out at any time at all, I think the slower ones can be more beneficial. But it depends on your personality, who you are, and what works best for you, which is why no one can offer a blanket prescription that's going to fit for everybody. You have to explore these things yourself and see what works.
I guess the generalized advice would be breathe slowly, unless you're choosing not to breathe slowly and you're doing Tumo or something like that, and in which case you can make it an intensive exercise, right?
Beautiful summary there. So unconsciously, we're training ourselves to build a habit in which we're breathing in and out of our noses. We're breathing deep. If you place your hand on your belly, you breathe in, you should feel a slight expansion there. Okay. Most people, especially men, when they breathe in, they suck their stomachs in. This is a disaster for your health, right? Because men can be extremely vain. They don't want to show their stomachs off. They want rock hard abs all the time. So, rock hard abs, great. They look great. But is that how you want to be breathing all the time? I don't think so. So having these proper biomechanics as an unconscious thing, breathing slow and steady rhythmically through your nose unconsciously, and then consciously turning on that breath, seeing what you can do with that breath, to having short periods of time throughout the day in which you are purposely stressing yourself out, can make you much more relaxed for the rest of the day. And I think that there's a lot of benefits to it. And that's what the ice bath does, by the way. Ice bathing is not relaxing. It stresses you out. That's why it's so impactful. For a very short amount of time, you are putting your body through an incredible amount of stress, and you are resetting it so it can work properly throughout the rest of the day.
Ever shown up to the beach with a big bush, getting rejected left, right and centre, so you have to walk away with your pubes between your legs? Then get yourself a Manscaped and rule the beach. Wear your shorts with no shame. Get the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra now with a discount code LOAF to get a full 20% off, so that your baguette leaves no crumbs.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the clip from that episode. If you'd like to check out the full interview with James Nestor, you can click right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments below.